gonna make a miserable you. You know, I would find, but in women and men, sometimes it's the little things that make them not like you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I've seen women where, okay, this dude here beat you like nobody's business. Here I am, as nice as I can be, but I still ain't doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
said, but then if I put my hands on you, you want to leave me, call the police, and have me locked all up, but you ain't do nothing to that dude over there when he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really relationships are hard, and these days they've gotten even harder because women and men now have been away from each other for so long. And what I mean by away from each other is that you're working this job and he's working this one, and I'm making it over here on my own, and she's making it here on her own, and y'all getting whatever y'all need, from whomever or whatever, until you can find somebody that you could really trust and understand, and that really trusts and understands you. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's hard to really find that person. And when you think you found them, then something that they do or you do make it just all explode and it breaks apart, you know. But
With, can I stop you for just a minute? Because with what you
sure,
said just now, there's always going to be something. And
right.
so when it comes to new relationships and maintaining them, when do you think it's important that we realize that it's always going to be something, and you're never going to find someone that there is not something there that you
Right.
have
It's
to.
something wrong with everybody. It's something wrong with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is just be truthful, but some men and some women just can't handle the truth. And me,
Hmm.
I just be truthful to me. Just be honest, because I'm gonna be honest to you. I ain't got nothing to hide. Nothing. So
So
just be
new
honest.
why do you feel, you may have answered it, I think we had a little glitch starting, but I think everything is working itself out. And for those of you who missed it, basically what we're here talking about, is why we are failing at maintaining relationships, and we're talking tonight about, and I think we're failing in many of them, we're failing in maintaining even family relationships as well, but another topic. um, we go way back, and just in case you missed it, I want to bring you up to par. So he had, like many of us, we get into a relationship and it starts well, and I think you said something, you hit on the nail with, we get in it and it feels good, and then something happens, and instead of trying to sit down and talk this thing out and through, and see where we both can kind of come in the middle, we get fearful. But I think the fear comes from all the other relationships, not really this man or this woman here. That there's a trigger, there's something happens, um, amidst all of the love and the acceptance and the just the attention, and we are attracted to that attention, and that's the reason I think that sometimes we get lost when it's, I wouldn't say old, but when it's no longer so new, and people are so accommodating, like you said, we go back to kind of doing our own thing more than we do in the beginning when we are initially starting. We do more. I think we do more with each other. We do more for each other. And I believe that we get caught up in that feeling that the new relationship brings, rather than realizing that you are planting a seed, and that eventually it's going to pop up, and then it's going to grow. And hopefully, because there are flowers that bloom in season, and then they kind of
Yeah.
simmer down, die, and
They
they
not
come
die
back.
out and they come
They
back.
come back,
Right.
but they come back the next year. So I think in relationships, we have to learn to do the same, and so much more. So that I'm going to call this new relationship energy, which I have there. And this is a concept. It was interesting to me because of energy, because I think we all bring a certain type of energy, whether we think we do or not. And this is interesting because this new relationship energy is more so known, or is a concept for open relationships. And we know in open relationships, there's always newness because they're floating about. They're going to this person, that person, that person, that person. So it may feel like it's a new thing to them. It makes them feel better for them. So it's interesting. The new relationship energy is a thing known for open relationships, meaning, again, people are able
But
to see more than one
let me
person.
break in on you now, and I
Okay.
don't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
fine. Because I
that's
totally
what I'm saying. That energy should always be there. It should always. It should
the
never
new
die.
the new relationship energy.
It should always be there.
I agree. I
It
agree.
should
Why do
always
you
be
think we
there.
lose it? Why do you think that it's difficult
Because
to keep that energy going?
one of us is too hard headed, or what's the word y'all like to use? You know, hard headed when you know when you God, I can't think of the word, but one of us is too hard headed to just say, okay, look, you got it, you're right. Look, this ain't doing such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, or both of us are too dog headed, if you want to say it, and won't just break down and say you're wrong or you whatever. There's a lot of times we played and like, okay, Tammy, you right. And it's a lot of times, girl, I ain't studying what you saying. It ain't that just ain't right. It ain't, and and it don't be so. But you got to be able to do that. You're human. You two grown adults, and there shouldn't be anything that two grown adults shouldn't be able to talk out. We shouldn't have to do this, but ain't nothing that two grown folks shouldn't be able to talk out. Nothing.
Especially if they're in a relationship and planning on moving forward, plan on
In a
growing together.
relationship or not, but yes, especially in a relationship,
Right. Right.
you have
Right.
to you have to talk. And I'm not really a talking person unless you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not an affectionate person because growing up I didn't see affection. So, I'm not saying I didn't see affection towards me, but it wasn't all, like that. People on TV, you see everybody hugging and loving and all that. I'm like, okay, well, how come my family don't do that? You go around the corner and this family is halfway doing what you see on TV, and the other family is halfway doing what the other family would not, but the other part of that family doing on TV. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to figure out how the you's supposed to love or how you supposed to interact. Like, I blush when people compliment me when I walk out and they say, "Man, you really look nice." I be like, "Oh, okay," because I'm not used to it. I don't. I just
Hmm.
I just don't get into it. But I just say thank you and keep walking. Um, but you have to be able to be able to take that. You know what I'm saying? And when you can take that, then you can grow. You can take anything. I would tell anybody, a friend, a woman, whoever. I tell them, look, if my breath stink, tell me my breath stink. I ain't scared. Tell me. I mean, I want to know, because if it stink, I'd rather you tell me as my friend than this other dude be walking down the street. Man, that nigga breath smells so bad, woo wee, and everybody laughing at me. You know. So tell me. But like I say, we all can't take the truth. We just can't. We say we can,
Do
but
you
we
think
just
people
can't.
bring the truth in the early stage of the relationship? Do you think we're more truthful?
I think I
Or
think I think they hide stuff in the early stage. They tell you just enough for you to want them or think that, hey, this can work out or whatever. But
both sides,
yeah,
male
both
and
sides,
female?
but male and female. But I tell them off the top, look, don't don't look at me to be no cash cow, because I'm not a cash cow. But look at me to provide for my family or to take care of you. That's what I know to do, is to provide and to take care of you. All that other stuff, the roses and all that, I don't care for that, because roses die. I'm sorry, ladies, but roses die.
So what if
Let
you
me,
had a lady that likes roses and she has expressed that she
well,
likes
then
them?
let,
Would
let, let me give you some glass roses, some that you can sit and see every freaking day and realize, hey, my baby gave me them. The ones that die, where you gonna see them at again?
you
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 don't
have to
have
get
them
new
no more.
ones? Maybe that person wants new she wants
Yeah,
more. So
yeah,
so if
roses.
you
It's a waste of money to me with roses. Let
see,
me
I
let
get
me
that.
let
I
me
get
do
that, but a
something.
lot of
Yeah,
women won't.
right. I understand, but let me put some on you that you're gonna be able to cherish. And even though you want some new flowers, I mean, who get flowers every day? And y'all have to excuse me because my mother and father are gone. Except for a dead person, they don't get new flowers. They just get new grass. Every day they cut the grass, it go back new. That's the only people. So who get new flowers every day? I mean,
Well,
flowers
yes,
is
for
cool.
sure, it would be unrealistic to do it every day. But I guess the point I'm making here is
Yeah,
for the
flowers is
sake of the
okay every
show,
now and then
and I
for
get
the
that,
sake of her. You know, she likes
right?
flowers every now and then. Yeah, but don't look for flowers every month,
Right. But
every other week.
here is what I think I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are the new guy and she's the new
Mm-hmm.
girl, and you
Mm-hmm.
realize that she likes flowers, she likes roses, and you start to send those initially in the start, you send them because you know she likes them. And hear me out, because this is what I think we do a lot of times, not that you do it. We will be very attentive to the things and the needs of the person in the startup phase. And I love this phrase. It should get greater later. I think the wifey material and the husband material should get the stakes. I think anybody in between, until we know where we're going and what we're doing, it should be picnics, sandwiches, whatever. Occasionally, maybe a steak, but I don't think everybody gets the best part of you um, in the first stage, initially, or whatever, until we have established that this is where we're going and what we're doing. It should get greater from that moment. Like, it should be so much greater. I think we just give too much things and body. I think we give too much. The sweat dries, as my friend would say, far too soon. And regardless if you're having the thing that happens when you have sex, when we join in that way, there are things that happen in our body that makes us feel attached to people. And so things are happening too soon. And I think because those things are happening so soon and we're feeling this way, we're more prone to give and do and say the things that, like you said, that will make us feel this way. And then it evens out. So I'm
No,
asking that
no,
question. You
no,
disagree?
no.
Why?
I disagree because there's some people that first time they ever saw each other, fell in love, had sex or whatever, and been together for over 50 years. So
Those people
I,
are, we're not talking about those people.
I'm just
We're
saying.
talking
I
about
mean,
failing to
we talk
maintain relationships. Those people.
right, but what I'm saying is they still in a relationship, but they ain't failed to maintain it. The thing, like I say, the problem to fail to maintain a relationship is because you stop doing whatever you did in the beginning. And like I say,
That's my
you're
point.
trying to find out when is this person going to be truthful. You got to. When I went to the Browns show, and y'all had to excuse me because I do, like you said, I look outside for things to make me a better man or a better lover or a better whatever I'm trying to be.
Right.
I look outside. So when I went to the man show a couple of weeks ago or whenever it was, that man said something that sparked my interest. And I'm like, man, you know what? That's what I'm talking about right there. He says every day he does something to his wife to give her that attention, that spice like attention. You know what I'm saying? That he said that attention make her feel like, baby, is it time to go to
He
that
said
room?
every day.
Every day, every day,
Hmm.
and that's what I'm talking about. Every day, you got to show that attention. You get, and I mean not just him, but it need to be given
Both
back
ways.
to him. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because we as men, we want y'all to come in and be that spontaneous person and show us that energy and all that too. You know, it's not a one sided street. And I just enjoyed what he said. I was like, man, you know what? That's what I'm talking about. If you want the TV relationship, then don't play the role like the TV. Be the role. You understand?
Say that one more time.
If you
I like
want
that.
the relationship like what's on TV,
Hmm.
don't play the role on the TV. Be the role.
Either role. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They had to write their scripts from somewhere. How come they couldn't have wrote it from you? You understand what
Do
I'm
you
saying?
think most people, and I'm going to ask you women, do you think most women, just based on your experience, do you think most women are afraid of love? of a good man real love? Do you think that they're fearful, and if so, why?
I think they want it and they're not fearful. And I think it goes both ways. I think the man wants it too and it's not fearful. They just, me, it's just scared. You're scared. You didn't gave this thing so many times and it
Mm,
has hurt you or it had it. Well, some people say I'm like stone. They can't tell when I hurt, but it has hurt you. And me, I just probably don't show you my hurt. I just move on, but it hurts you. So after a while, if it keeps hurting, then you're gonna stop giving it. I asked God, then I had to go back to God and apologize for asking him this. I said, God, why do you give me such a good heart? Such a good heart. Then I had to go back and apologize to God because I said, thank you for my heart. Because of my heart, other people have strived off of me. You understand what I'm saying? So
hmm
I have to take the hurt because it's teaching me a lesson, is what I think. I think in every wrong, there's something right in there, but you got to look for that right. Don't always look, oh man, I messed up. No, look for the right. And you messed up, but you did what? And that's how relationships are. You're going to mess up. God put us here to mess up, but he asked us to do what? Ask him for repentance. I ain't trying to preach to y'all at the same time because I never said I want to be a preacher, but relationship is work. When you go to work, it's work. What I do is work. You had to put up with all these different type of people on your job. When you come home, home should be y'all's castle. And you shouldn't have to put up with anything. It should be, baby, we can work it out. Don't worry about it. We gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? And things go on. That's a relationship that talks and work things out together. If you can't talk and work things out together, then it ain't gonna work. And then I can't. Okay, let's say me and you and we're dating, and you told me, Lele, well, my ex can fix the car. Well, if I can't fix the car, I ain't gonna be mad at you. The longer dude fix my car and it don't break down on us going down the street, then I'm good. Tell that nigga don't be jealous. Oh, yeah, I probably was. Tell him don't be jealous because I have you now and mess my car up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll do that. I will come to your house. Matter of fact, I went to my son's mama house and helped her husband fix whatever was wrong in their house. And I didn't think none of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not that type of dude. That dude needed help to work. And I'm just saying, all this is about relationships. Because you build relationships, even men build relationships. Someone might not want to tell you because they think it might be some gay stuff, but even men build relationships. But I went and worked with him, helped him get his business right, or help him that day to do whatever he had to do. So relationship is hard. You just got to be willing to put in that work. You got to be willing that one day, yeah, I'm gonna let this heart of hearts down again. But it's gonna take more than 6 months. It's gonna take more than a year. Uh,
mm,
it's gonna take me a minute, because I got to get to where you want me to be. Some women can fall in love or be overwhelmed by you quicker than a man can, and I realized that. So I just try to just keep it 100 because as long as I've been living, I've only been hurt by one woman where they tell you don't want to eat, work, sleep, all that old stuff. Like I said, I'm not afraid to tell my story. I've only done that one time. I'm 56 years old, and it took me till I was 40-some years old. Once then, I told God, okay, I'll never hurt another woman in my life.
after
Never.
you're being hurt and knowing what that
After
felt
me
like.
being hurt and knowing what it felt like, I said I would never, and I have never done that again. I told him, show me the viz you want me to be. Make me just want one person. And that's the way I am. I only want one. I'm good with one. I don't need all this other stuff. I'm good. But men and women have to go through whatever they go through to find out, hey, I only need one. You know. It's not a woman's fault. It's not a man's fault. We just have to go through until we find out we want that one. Sometimes we get that one first time around. Sometimes we don't. You
Mhm.
know, but that's just a part of relationship.
So, question for you, but I'm going to read a few. We got a few comments. I'm going to start reading some of those. Welcome, Kay. Thank you for tuning in. She says people always say they want people to be brutally honest, but most people really do not. I agree. I agree. I totally agree with that. Most people cannot take it, cannot
That's
accept
what I
it.
said. Most
Right,
people
right,
can't take honesty, but
right.
if I tell a woman, and y'all might think I'm crazy, but I'm just being honest. I tell a woman I could walk in a room, there could be 100 naked men, 100. Baby, as long as you got your clothes on and looking at them like they crazy, I'm cool with it. Because somehow you just got in this room, you got to trust that person you with. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by being in a room with 100 men. Yeah, I go crazy. Man, what the fuck? What you going crazy? What you doing? But you got to trust that that woman is in there for a reason. It ain't that she just went in there because she wanted to be with all these 100 men. You got to trust. She still got her clothes on, her shoes, and she looking at these men like, what the hell is y'all doing? Y'all better get up out of here or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to trust. And trust is hard when you've been hurt. Trust is hard these days, period, because you don't know who is trying to jack you for what.
So, are you saying the back to the honesty part because people people have been hurt, and when they hear the truth, is it a reminder of that hurt?
Yeah, well, that would be yes. I mean,
Mm.
because some things that you can do, it reminds you of that hurt. You can
Mm.
pass by somewhere where you had an accident at, and it will remind you of that hurt. So
Mhm.
yeah, you're right.
So I have a question.
Hmm.
Angela says flowers can last up to a month with proper care. However, it is about compromise. If you want things to work out, that's all it takes to make him or her happy. Why not do that? See,
Correct. Compromise.
I
And I
agree with that.
said, I said, yeah, that's what I said. I said, yeah, I'll send flowers, but you can't look for flowers every day. You know what I'm
Every day.
saying? So
And that
yeah,
would
I
be unrealistic, but
right. I would give you flowers, and I mean, if you were the type of woman that liked flowers and changed the flowers out every day in the house, and I was on my way home and it has to be something that I feel, I'm gonna surprise my wife today. I'm gonna bring these flowers home. She gonna be like, ooh, baby, brought me some flowers home today. You know what I'm saying? But she normally brings them home every day. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So when you do it, to me, it has to come from the heart. Don't just bring them home because she like flowers
Because
every
she
day.
likes them. Right.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
I
saying?
get that part. I get that part. And it is like people have to know because I used to say I'm probably the only, and I know I'm not, but I said I'm probably the only woman in the world who just that flowers don't do it for me. Roses don't do it for me. Like I'm kind of like you on that. I'm not gonna water them. They're gonna die. And I used to have this thing where I was addicted to ice, and I'm like, if you want to impress me, bring me a couple of cups of Sonic Ice because that means you've been listening. But that was my thing. That was my
Right.
thing at the time. And I do believe so. This is a question that I had. Why do you feel we are so? And you may have answered this, but I think we had kind of gotten kicked off or not even started. I don't know, but it's on. Why do you think we are so good at it in the beginning? Why? Why both of us, men and women? Why are we so
Well,
awesome?
because some of us are living a lie in the beginning, and some of us are really living the truth. And once you get in it and figure out who's lying and who's telling the truth, then it breaks up because you thought this big old hero was a hero, but he ain't no hero. You thought this woman was superwoman, but she ain't no superwoman. You know what I'm saying? You didn't put on this costume and you didn't wore it as long as you can to now you got to show you. But if you showing you ain't got to worry about trying to take that costume off because it's stuck for life.
Do
And
you
that's what I'm
think that
saying.
if the people showed that you would it last? Like so for instance, because we talked about the brutally honest. If someone says this is this is just, if someone shows up, this is who I am. What are the chances of the person sticking around?
You
I'm just
said
asking.
someone shows up.
So you were saying like brutally honest. This is who I am. This is what you get. Da 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 da. Da. Do you so because people do that thinking that if I show you all of my wounds, because
Then
it
let
doesn't
me
mean that something
decide.
doesn't
Let
mean
me
wrong.
let me decide whether I want to stay or go. And
Would
if
I'm
I
asking?
want you, then it's up to me to say, okay, whatever it is you done did in your past or whatever it is, I can accept it because I want you. You know, to me,
So men, we're gonna ask you as a man. Would you say men want to know? Up, do men really care about all
women
the little
want to
things
know
that?
up front. Women want to know up front. Some men don't care, but something like me, tell me, let me know everything because I'm cool with it. So I'm gonna tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? And we can rock.
I use women because I think we are more prone to feel like we may have to. I know men do it as well, but I do believe that a lot of it is done because we are fearful, and it's not like it's the crazy things, just our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
our stuff.
And
Um,
it shouldn't that's another thing of mine. And oh, can we say bad words on your podcast?
don't go too bad. Don't go too bad.
Okay, but that what gets me because we as humans think that money makes everything happy, and money
Mm,
does.
that's a lie.
Money don't make everything happy. So you know, you always want all these things. I don't care about these things. I had this young lady. Now, if you ask your son, I have a what is that car? S600 Benz V12. It's a pretty car. Okay, oh well. I have a Harley Davidson, what you've seen, and I'm not showing off podcast. I promise you, I'm not, because I'm going somewhere with this. I have a tow truck. I have that other big truck, and I have this old raggedy pickup truck. And y'all see how I'm looking right now. This is what I like. I shouldn't have to show you I can look like $40 million just to get you. Because if I show you that, then what you gonna want from me for the rest of my life? Part of that $40 million. Take that little old ragged ass me and go on about your business because you got the 40 million right here. But the dude that you got all dressed up for the 40 million for, when he tell you to go on about your business, what you gonna have? Nothing. I used to tell them dope girls back in the day, look, every time that dude give you 200-300, go down the street, come back and get you 200-300 more. Put up 200 of it. I said, cause one day he gonna be gone. He gonna have to go. So instead of trying to get all the money now, get what you can and put it up. Don't go out there and blow it. So take this little old raggedy man that's gonna give you the same thing that dope dealer, that millionaire gave you, but it's gonna take him 15, 20 years. But you only been with him for about 2 years. Now you ain't got nothing. You understand? It ain't
You're not
about money.
building.
Right. It ain't about money. Yeah, it's about you and that person building some of your own. Forget the money. If I like you, I like you. I like you if you working at McDonald's trying to be the area director at McDonald's. It don't matter to me how much money you got or what kind of degree you have. It really don't. Long
You
as you
know
can
what?
hold the
You would think that
conversation.
we would learn that by looking at all of these rich and famous people. They have everything all the money in the world and access to so many things, yet they divorce like hot pancakes. You know what I'm saying? And they're not happy with all the money in the world. So you are so right with that.
Because they can't, that money can't make them happy. You have to have a genuine relationship, and I hate it when women see you and they want, like I told the young lady, come on, we ride in my pickup truck. I ain't riding on a raggedy pickup truck. Where that white car is? Why you got to ride? You know what? You ain't got to ride in none of my cars. You can't ride in this pickup truck, on this motorcycle, or in that 18-wheeler. Then I don't need you to ride me nowhere. Cause that 18 will make me more money than anything you got to ride in. So I don't care. It ain't about money.
So is that something somebody really said to you?
Serious.
Okay.
No lie. I had a woman about a month ago walk in AutoZone. She said, "Hey, don't you want to pay for this part for me?" I'm like, "Baby, if I pay for that part for you, you gonna owe me a lifelong of your pussy." That's why I said, "Can I?" Because I
No,
said, if a man come and ask you for that, y'all get mad. So how can you just walk up to a man you don't know and say, "Do you want to pay for this or give me some money?" Stop coming up to me and because I ain't getting it to you. I'm sorry. But men don't want to hear that. Not a real man. Because if he see you struggling or trying, a real man gonna help you. And I'm not bragging because God, I love God to death. I went to Mercedes to get a part for my car. Lady was in front of me. She was just taking time and she didn't have the money or she didn't want to put it on her credit card or whatever the thing was. But there's nothing that Mercedes that costs $35. Nothing. You can't buy a lug for a car Mercedes for $35. But somebody told that lady her bill should have been $35. I stood behind that lady so long, and I told y'all I love God. If God put it on me, then I'm gonna do it. I don't care what it is. I don't know how much that lady's bill was. I don't even know to this day. But I walked back to my truck, got my business card, walked back to the counter. I laid my business card in front of that lady, told this is my business here. And I gave that man my debit card because I don't do credit cards. I gave him my credit card. I said, whatever amount of money you have in your hand, that's good. I'll take care of the rest. I said, I don't know what it is. That white man that was behind that counter down there cried like the lady. If that lady walk up to me right now today, I wouldn't know who she is. But God put it on my heart to do for that lady. So when I say don't ask me for my money, I'll give you every dime of it if you don't ask for it. But if you ask for it, I won't give you a cent. Let me do for you what I want to do or what I know or supposed to do. You shouldn't have to ask me for anything. And I
so
shouldn't
is
have to
that
ask you
how
for
is that the same in the relationship?
And then same in a relationship. If I'm in a relationship with you, I should know what you need or don't need. Because you telling me all the time. If you talking to me in a relationship.
And if you're
Anybody,
listening, if the person is
and if you
listening,
listening, right? Because anybody, like you said, in a relationship with me knows that old crazy man there love tools more than he love anything else in this world. You can buy me 100, 2, 3, 800, $900,000 shoes, clothes, all that. I lay on the ground with one of them $5 tools you bought me and fix your car because I love tools. I don't care about these clothes. These clothes I could do all over again. I don't care about them. I can't get this life back. But what I love, I'll lay down on the ground and whatever you buy me. You might get mad because I'm messing up your $10,000 outfit that you done bought me, but I don't care. Go buy another one. Or don't buy me that because I don't care for that stuff. You know? Do I have it? Yeah, I got it, but I really don't care for it. I told a young lady today, I said I have to stop buying stuff just because it looks good and I just want to have it. You know, and that's what we do in relationships. We get with this person just because they look good and we want to have it. So you have to start at home, not with just being in a relationship with a human. You got to get in a relationship with yourself and stop doing all this crazy stuff. You know, it didn't matter to me none.
do you think that hmm, if you we had talked about people who have been by themselves for so long, and then
Whoever,
someone
I don't mean to cut you off. Whoever said this right here, they says how long the person has been single can affect how the relationship process progresses. I'm sorry, and how quickly it will end. That's so true.
yeah, that would be me saying that, but
Oh,
so
okay.
so
I don't know
expand on that.
who I don't know
No,
who
that's
is
okay. I'm just putting them up there, so tell us more.
and that is true because when you're single, you're more apt to just do for you. You've been doing for you. You've been paying the bills. You've been keeping the house up, doing whatever. So when you get this man or this woman, to you, it's really nothing they can do for you because you've been doing all this all by yourself. So ain't nothing they can tell you. But there really is because you have to stop being that man and let that man be the man, and that man have to stop being that woman and let that woman be a woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because see, the woman has been single for so long, he's been single for so long, so they playing a double role. She's the man and the woman, he's the woman and the man. And when they get together, they don't know how to go back to where they supposed to be. You the woman and I'm the man. Let me do the fixing, you do the cooking, cleaning, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a woman should be in the kitchen cooking and cleaning and all that, but you know, I'm just
But yeah,
saying.
we get it. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got some more. Hold on one second here. You and I had talked about and that's one of the main things I think. One of well, of that people have been, because we got a lot of people who are just choosing to be alone because, um, I think
Because
like
they're
you touched
afraid.
on, they're
They're
afraid,
afraid.
they've been
Yeah.
hurt,
Yeah.
right?
So
And
they got somebody that they can go snuggle up to, or they got this blow up doll, or whatever their little toy is. I'm just being honest, and they doing what they do. But if to me, if you're real, if you're human, everybody wants some. To me, it's just to me, or let me just say me. I love being in a relationship. I would love to be married again, but it has to be with that right person. I don't want to do it again and be like, man, what the hell? You know, uh, I just like I said, I am your provider. I'm going to provide for you. And I'm not just saying it because of what the good book says, but that's what I feel in my heart. So it must be right. Let me provide for my wife. I married you. Let me provide for you. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, you the helpmate. So, the things I can't do, I want you to help me and do. I mean, I used to call you a lot. Tammy, I can't do this computer thing. How, man, come on, and your
yeah,
son, he'll tell you, Lele can't do the computer. I can't. I don't care to mess with that computer. I just don't like it. It's not something I do, so I stay in my lane. And that's what you know. You got to find what you need in your life, and that's what you have to go and get. You and
and
that's what
that
you.
I'm glad you said that, the need thing, because often I feel like, number one, I don't know if people really do enough self-reflecting in the alone time. I think when people are alone, some of us, not all of us, have find beauty in being alone, because that's a time where you really get to know and
Right.
understand yourself as well. But and know what you need, and how you need it. I think a lot of us don't take that time, so we don't really know. And then we find ourselves in this relationship, and the sweat has dried, and we have these feelings and attachments and things like that. And then we find out a lot of the things that we like, if it's a smoking or drinking or whatever, that you've missed all that you've just kind of been in this tunnel vision because it's a new thing, it's a possibility of love. And now you may figure out, well, I don't like this, I don't like this, and you want the person to change it. It's so important that you, like you said, be who you are, express. If you meet a guy and he smokes and you don't like that, hey, I don't like smoke, or I can't be around smoke, because where do you go from there?
But then you just give them their space, and you can pick a room in the house, or build you a she shack, a he shack, whatever they say, out in the backyard, and you go out there and you have your thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
But my
Because
point there is, the person has to be, or should be, upfront with that in the beginning, and not be like,
right,
yeah, because some people they'll
hey,
be like, it's
you
all cool,
know,
or won't say anything at all.
well, they figure once they get you, once I done gave that girl or gave that boy this good thing, I done got it, he gonna or she gonna do whatever I want. So I can tell them to quit doing this, quit doing that, and they gonna do it. But they're not, because the thing is, this is what they've been doing. So why should they stop? You allowed them to do it from day one, and it wasn't an issue. Then don't let it be an issue 6 months or a year down the road. If
Exactly.
it's an issue, then straighten up that issue right then and there. Otherwise, it's not gonna make it. I don't believe in letting something that I don't like, or some you say or some you do, go on. Because if I let it go, then you're gonna keep on doing it because you didn't know that it affected me. You know what I'm saying? So I tell any woman, me myself, I'm not here to hurt you in any kind of way knowingly. Knowingly, we don't know what we're going to do. Nobody can say what they're going to do.
Or not.
Right? But unknowingly, I don't know what I'll do. But
Mm.
knowingly, I know I will not hurt you. I will not do anything in this world to hurt you. But unknowingly, I don't know. Who knows the unknown?
Mm.
Nobody but God.
Mm.
So all I can promise you, I'm gonna try my best not to hurt you in any kind of way and do whatever I can for you. But if I do something to hurt you, this is what I'm trying to let you know, and this is how people in a relationship have to do. I want you to tell me, look, Lele, that hurt me that you said, well, I didn't mean it like that. I really didn't mean it like that. I meant it like woo woo woo, and we can go on. But if you don't, then when I do it again, it's gonna hurt you again until it's gonna hurt you so many times you're gonna be like, okay, I'm through with this dude. I just don't even want to be bothered with him no more. But if you would have told him in the beginning what is bothering you, y'all could have worked it out. But we don't do that. Man or woman, we don't do it. We just let it go. But you didn't let something go for too daggum long to now it's affecting your relationship.
So the relationship's gone. Yeah, the relationship is gone. I do. I think people do that. I say that we're all one conversation away from whatever it is we need from ourselves and the other person. Hey, Sarah. Sarah says perfectly said. I'm not sure what part, but thank you. Nick says, yep. Not sure what part you were talking about or are talking about, Nick, but welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Nick says, got to see the tone early and often. Got to set the tone early and
Right.
often.
Right. If you don't, then that's just saying you willing to take anything, and you're not willing to take anything. And that's what happened in these relationships, that these women go get these millionaires with all this money, because at first they were willing to take anything, the ass beating, the cheating. They was willing to take all this, but now it's affecting them mentally. Today they like, okay, I want out. I done had enough. But you allowed this, so you should be used to it. There's one dude that I really tripped out about. T-Pain, that's his name. T-Pain is married. T-Pain said him and his wife go out and have other partners and all that. Nah, to each his own. But once she go out without you, you can't get mad, because you started something. And see, that's what I think is going on with Will Smith and Jada. You done started something that you can't keep up. You done got tired of it now, because people are constantly talking about you and making you look ashamed. So now you're tired. But you should have stopped it in the beginning. They wouldn't be able to talk about you.
Okay, so question for you, and then we'll start to wind it up. I'm gonna bring you back on because I wanted to get much deeper into it. So I think we mentioned this earlier. What do you think about the feeling part? I have something up there that you're not looking for a new person, you're looking for the new feeling that you get with new people. And I kind of equate that to a new job. When people get new stuff, new jobs, new car,
Yeah,
or whatever, we're all
I can agree with that.
excited and that kind of thing. What do you think about that?
Right. And I can agree with that. But, just like I told you from the beginning, jobs and all that are relationships. So when you get this new job, this new person, you're trying to figure out when is this new feeling is going to wear off. You're right. But if you really like what you do, like, I love my job. I love what I do. Can't nobody, man, if I could have did what I do when I got out of high school, man, it's been the best job I've ever had, because this is the only job I've ever had this long, and I love it. Can't nobody tell me what to do. I just drive. That's it. So if you love what you do, then every day you go to work, like people say, it's a happy feeling day. So if you love this person you with, every day you go home, it's a happy, love feeling day, and that's what I want to go home to. Every day I want to come home to that woman happy, loving, can't wait to see it every day. If it's not that, then there's something wrong. That's what I feel. There's something wrong. Because I want to see this person every day. If I want you or want to be in a relationship with you, I don't have to talk to you all day, but when I get ready to talk to you, I want to talk to you. When I get ready to see you, I want to see you. If I want to touch you, that's me. I talked to this young lady on the phone, and she didn't sound right. So I'm like, okay. And we talk about your flowers thing. It come up. I sent flowers. Boom. Okay. But in my heart of hearts, I still didn't feel that those flowers would make her really happy. Something didn't seem right. So I left my business. No lie. I left my business for a whole week, almost. I think it was about a week, to go and show my face and to look at her face just to make sure she was okay. Because I liked this person. I figured I wanted to be with this person. But we do these things, and then that's when stuff happens and you be like, man, I left my job. I did this, I did that. But what did I do that was so bad to make you say, I don't want this anymore? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand. And I always like to go back and ask the woman, you don't even have to get back with me. Just tell me what I did so that I can evaluate myself to not do it on the next person, because I can't see what I did. And that's why people are scared of relationships, because, like I said in the beginning, they give and they look for this newness, and it should never wear off. But when it does, it's then wore off when one or the other has given so much or feel that they have given more or whatever. And now this person just said, just because you killed that ant, something simple as an ant, oh, okay, this ain't working, I don't want you no more. You'd be like, man, what the hell? Come on, man, what did I do? All I did was just step on the ant. So you be trying to figure it out.
In most cases like that, it goes back to what you said. People don't say anything. The unknown. Like, I can hurt you, I could tell you I'm not going to hurt you, but if I don't know, if you don't inform me that something I'm doing is hurting you or making you feel some kind of way, whether it's my fault or yours, you're not expressing that, so I don't know. We have Marla Power Cooper is in the house with us.
Oh, no, I'm off now. I'm finna get off. I will talk to y'all later. It has been a very good night.
Marla says, no, Marla is good people, y'all. Good people.
Yeah, yes, she is. Y'all, if y'all don't know, that's my ex-wife's and my son's mother.
If y'all need a real estate agent, an event specialist, Marla, what else do you do? Just put it in the comment section, because she wears a lot of hats. She does her thing. So
when you got a head that big, you got to put on a big old head.
Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Marla says, you have to keep working at it. Treat your relationship like a job. Work at it every day. So right. I think I have that somewhere up in the comments about right. You have to work at it. I'm gonna go back. You have to want it as well. And like you were saying, you have to love your job. There's a saying, when you do what you love, it's not work. It doesn't feel like work. When you hate what you're doing and where you are. And sometimes, you guys, it's not about what you do, it's how you feel about yourself. If you are still dealing with things and you need to let the person, if you want this person and you want a relationship, that's another thing. You have to figure out, do I want a relationship? What does that mean to you? Because relationships, being in somebody's space every day, that takes a lot. That takes a lot to blend and to make one. I knew my girl was going to have something coming back. What did she say? Okay, I thought she was getting on you. Thank on it, Marla. I thought you was going to help me out and get on him. But she says printing, event planner, and realtor. So she does. I forgot about that. Yep, she does print work. She's an event planner, and she is a real estate agent, a realtor. So you guys, Marla Power Cooper, check her out if you're looking for anything like that. Okay. Printing, event planner, and realtor. Thank you, Marla. But going back, we have to really know who we are. We got to spend more time working on ourselves rather than blaming the person in front of us. Because most times, that is just a cop out. It's an excuse. And in many cases, I know for me, the more I grew forward, I realized that I had a lot of things on me that I had not dealt with. And because of that, I missed out on a lot of great guys. Not perfect guys, great.
Yeah, because I am great, aren't I?
Didn't see them. Just stuck. I'm sorry, say that.
I said, because I am great, aren't I?
Oh, shut up, Lele. No, you are a great guy. You really are. He's got his own stuff now. Tell y'all that he got his own stuff. But we have to know who we are, be willing to deal with that, express that, and you gotta be okay with being hurt. You got to be okay. You cannot love and not be hurt, meaning somebody is going to disappoint you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, but it may not be about them. It may be about you already being sore in that area. You're already being sick in that area. I don't like that word so much, but challenged in that area. So if I kick your leg and it's already broken, it's going to hurt a little bit worse if I touch it sometimes. So it's more about, for me, it's more about you growing so that you make a great choice, the best choice for you in the beginning with someone that you feel is as committed and want what you want. Because sometimes we get in relationships and get caught up with people who don't want anything to do with a meaningful relationship. They just want a one night stand. And ladies and guys too, you get caught up and now your feelings are going because chemically something happens to us in the body, in the mind, when we have that new feeling, that new relationship, this new guy, this new girl. Like I said earlier, we said earlier, paying attention to you, listening to you, valuing you. And then you expect that, and you're not having to do much work in the relationship because both people are pouring into each other sometimes. Um, and then as the relationship grows, just like a job, when you get on a job, you have to train, you have to go through training. No matter, you can have a degree in that field, but you still have to know how this company does what they do. You can't bring the process, the standard operating procedures from one company to another
And
because
when the way of
everybody
the world, when the way of the world progresses, you have to go back for some more training.
right,
So
exactly.
you're always training. And
Exactly. So great
and
point what Marla's saying. Treat it like a job. You got to work at
yeah,
it every day. You got to show up. You got to clock in. You got to sometimes do the person next to you's work because they're either out or just not doing it, whatever. You got to be the bigger person sometimes. You got to know you right and just keep it quiet for a minute until you can wrap that thing back up later and come back and talk about it. That's if you guys want each other and want the relationship and you're committed to it yourself and others. I just think we don't do enough work internally to be in a relationship.
no, no.
Yep. To be
I think we just look for that glamour, that beauty, and I had to learn it. It's not all in that dime piece, you know.
hmm
It's in what's in that person's heart,
hmm
you know. And when you find that, then I realize you really found a good person because you told me you wanted to go deep too, and since she put herself on here, I'll tell anybody in the world, Marla was a damn good woman, you know, but she just had a hope for a husband. Um, there was nothing that she wanted for. There was nothing that she needed, and you know, people used to wonder, okay, you laid off, but how you still doing what you doing? We know where your husband work at or your boyfriend, and how y'all still because they didn't understand you got to do whatever it took. Me and my son used to wouldn't go to the barber shop just so she can go get her hair done or she could always look that pretty. You know what I'm saying? So the things you have to do to make the relationship work, there's some things you have to give up, but in the end, there's a bigger prize. And that's why I say instead of going for that millionaire dude right now, look, here a little raggedy $2 looking dude, but you just don't know. He's gonna take you the same place that millionaire. It might take him a little longer, but he's gonna take you the same place. And you're gonna be more happy and more ecstatic than going with me than you did. Well, I'm not just saying me, I'm sorry, but y'all understand. Than you did with that millionaire. Because
mm,
sooner or later, you're gonna have to tap to his beat. And I don't believe in tapping to nobody's beat. Nobody's. I don't care. Everybody's human. So why you gotta beat me or treat me like a dog because I don't have as much money as you do, you know, just for you to love me or say you want me. I'm not going. You
hmm
can have it, you
Well,
know.
on behalf of my sister Marla, I'm so happy you said that. Marla said, Tammy, wait, where did it go? Come on, I can't lose. She says, what? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Tammy, how long did it take him to learn that? LOL.
Yeah. And she knows, but she knows. She tells me now. She said you have a weird way of thinking. I said, well, it's just me. It's just the way I think now. And nobody can change it. But when you think you the shit and you can have whatever you want, any woman, any whatever you want, then those are the consequences you run into. So you have to get to a point at some time in your life that hey, you had those good things. Like you said, you missed some good women. I mean, some good men. You had those good things, but they wasn't good things to you at the time. They were just fun things. You know,
I
this was
don't, you know what,
just having fun.
I didn't, it wasn't even that because you can't be fun if you don't give it a try, if you don't give it a chance.
No, what I'm saying is,
You just find reasons to not have to show up because being a relationship, a committed one, it to me it brings things out of you.
right,
It should help you be feel safe, feel secure, not be as fearful to love, fearful of being hurt, in the sense where you feel like there's a difference between being hurt, oh you didn't do this, or whatever, other than somebody truly hurting you. You know what I'm saying? Like breaking your heart. But I was in that place where I just, you're not getting here. This heart is behind bars, locked door, and all of that. And you can't take that into, you can't build a relationship with that kind of heart. So you have
no,
to be willing to put your heart out on the line and
but
trust
you can't
someone
put your
out in
whole
life.
heart though. You can't
Mhm.
put your whole heart because you're gonna. I don't care what you're gonna hold back somewhat. You're not gonna give 100% of that heart.
Well, that's my point in saying it should get greater later. Like as
Right.
you grow,
Then
I
you'll
don't,
get that
right. I
100.
agree with you on that. You have
You'll get
to,
it.
for me, some people may be willing to do that. For me, it gets greater as I go. Everything does gets greater as I go. So you're gonna always feel the elevation of me
Right.
growing in my love for you, because the more, for me, the more comfortable I feel, the more secure, the more peace I feel, just not just with you and not just with me, but with us. And
Right.
trust as well. It takes time. Like Marla says, you have to go to work every day. There's no off days in relationship. You may get off at
Yeah.
work. Marla does
Yeah.
because she has all things going. But
Right.
a lot of us do. But
And you have to be willing
she
to
has to show up
wipe
in
their
her
butt.
own relationship.
You have to be willing to wipe their butt. You have. I mean, in this relationship, you have to be willing to do whatever. If this is what you really want, then don't want it because it looks pretty right now. Want it because this is what you really want. So when it can't take care of itself or whatever, then you got it. You know, like I say, it ain't all in the beauty of the booty. It
Yeah,
ain't.
I think a lot of people want relationships because for society, I got a man, I got a woman, and they don't
Right.
understand what that means, which, because with the couples coaching that I do, I've said this, you guys, I've come across some people, and there's not a couple that I meet with that I don't go, I have to find you somewhere on social media. I need to see you, and they don't know this, but I go, I guess they will now, but I've said it before if they watch it. But I will check that man's page out, I would check the woman's page out, and I look, and you guys, I've had some instances where it's so bad in the sessions to where one couple in particular, I wouldn't even take their money. I'm like, I don't even want your money. I just want you to go. Da da da. This is over. I don't want you. You don't have to pay me anything. Just go, because it was so. Some people might think that's crazy, but that's just the energy. And I had looked on their page, and you would never have known they were having the issues that they were having, because it was as if this perfect family, and it was so bad. Like I could have called the police. I probably should have. It was so bad.
But I told you that's from people living a lie from the
Right.
beginning.
That's what I'm saying. But you have
You know,
people out here who are in relationships, in love, looking at this thing like this and thinking, oh, well, I don't have this kind of relationship. I don't have this kind of man, and I don't have this kind of woman. You have no idea what people may be going through behind the scenes. So never
right.
think that what you see is always what it is. Every relationship has its struggles. And I'm not saying people have to put it out here, but some of the things that I've seen behind the scene, I don't even know why y'all posting on Facebook together, because this is crazy. This is crazy. So never judge. And that's, I went there because I think sometimes we get caught up in what we see on special social media, or what our friends, what we think our friends may have, because every relationship is going to come to a point where it has something that it has to deal with.
And that's what I was just gonna say. The reason they posting all this stuff on Facebook because they want you to think
Think.
that they're having just the most wonderfulest time. But
Mhm.
at home, it's reckless,
They have
you know.
issues as well.
And
You just have to
right,
be
but
willing to work through
I
them.
think Facebook and all that stuff is just a big old gimmick. You know, I don't care for it, and I wouldn't have a page if it wasn't for my niece. But this is just what people do. You know, this is
Yeah.
how they get along, get around. I
Right.
just don't understand none of it.
Marla says, in love with an image.
Yeah,
And we're so superficial, Marley, you're exactly right. We're so superficial. It's not about what you guys, and we're gonna close after this. I saw this post on this page where this lady was complaining her spouse had bought her a house, really big house, and apparently what he had asked is, we got it, we're gonna take some time and furnish it like we want to, furnish it nice, so we're gonna go room by room. And she was literally complaining because they didn't have coffee tables at this point. And that's how shallow, and to the point where I just want to leave him. So how do you get there? Like, coffee table is for what value is it going to bring to your family? What do you need to put on
right.
there that
It,
is
it
so
was something.
important?
It's something more than that coffee table, and
Right, right.
she just used the coffee table as her excuse to get out. Is what I would believe, and
I,
that's what a lot of men and women do. They want out, but they don't know how to say why they really want out. So they'll use any little excuse that they can find to get out.
to get out.
But you gotta be man enough, to say, hey, I don't like what you're doing because something led up to that coffee table. I promise you it did. She didn't just
Absolutely.
come in today
Absolutely.
and say, hey, the coffee table, we're through.
I do agree with that, but I also think that we are have become, we are, I said this, domesticated, and we're being manipulated, and our worth is being determined, not everybody, by what we have. It's nothing wrong with getting and having nice things. It is wrong when you think you're not this when you don't have that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're trying to get all of that, and it takes time.
Right.
God didn't build this world in a day. It takes time. Let's take time and money because my thing, if we're gonna buy this. Let's buy it, but I also gotta be mindful that I gotta have money in the bank in case something else in the house break. I can't go and just buy all this stuff and then think we'll put the money back later. No, because we just bought this house. Anything could break. Anything could go wrong. We got cars down here, so you just have to take your time. But some people don't like to take their time because, just like Marla said, it's all about an image. Okay, they got this big old house, girl, and they done been in there a year and they ain't even got a bedroom suite. Oh well, it's mine. That's the way I think. I get a bedroom suite when I want it. I got a couch and everything else for you to sit on, honey. Where I go to sleep at is my business. You
Mm,
know, what do you have?
yeah.
That same woman that told me that she wouldn't ride in my vehicles and stuff, I ain't gonna call no name. I really hope she's watching, but she also had a car in storage. Well, she tell me about going to a bed and a breakfast. I said, okay, you come pick me up. I said, because every car of mine that I named to you, you said stank or something wrong with it. She said, yeah, you right. I better come pick you up. But then again, you come back and say, well, my car is kind of raggedy now. Okay, I don't care. You know, people need to get off of these images. These images, sometimes you don't know it's a rotten egg until you bust it open.
Mm.
You know, so you need to stop just looking at it like that. You know,
Crack the egg. See what you got, huh?
yeah,
Can't eat it until you crack it, right?
man, till you crack it, and people don't. But I could talk to you all night and day. So
I know.
you
Are you
got
gonna
me
come
on that
back?
stuff. All you gotta do is ask me.
Okay, we're gonna take it to another
No
level.
problem.
So for me, final words about why we fail. What would you like to reiterate, re-say, re-speak, whatever? What would be your final words to the people? Because I truly believe we are failing at
The
maintaining
the
healthy
reason the
relationships.
reason we failing is because we're too afraid to communicate and tell the truth to one another. If I tell you from the beginning I'll do nothing in this world to hurt you, then let me just tell the truth to you, you know, so it won't hurt you. Because when you find me in a lie, which hurts worse? The lie you found me in or the truth that I told you? So let me tell you the truth and we'll be able to make it.
Mhm.
They just won't communicate and tell the truth. They can't take it.
For me, there are a number of things, but the one that comes to mind that I would like to end with tonight is fear. The very thing that you desire and want, you're also afraid to get. You're afraid of the process, and that's a double standard. And we have to be like minded. We cannot be double minded. We have to be on one accord, not just with others, but with ourselves. So I believe that we talked about, well, we didn't hear, but we've talked about in previous shows about, and people talk about this as well, about representatives showing up. Like, oh, I'm getting the representative. I I'm I guess I'm challenging you guys to say, and I think I said this with Angela on a couple of weeks ago or last week. It may not be that you have the representative. You may not be able to represent. And I'm going to
All right.
keep that in your head because it's not always, everything is not always about the other person. Who are you? How are you showing up? Is it effective? Are you being honest? Are you communicating? Are you sharing your fears, your desires? Are you just putting it all on the table and say, this is my shit? Do you have the tissue to help me wipe it? And if you don't have it, will you get it?
Good. And if
That's
you won't get it, I'm fine with it.
right, right. Because somebody has what you need. Somebody
Right.
will be accepting of what you need. Don't settle. Don't feel, man and woman, don't feel like society makes it kind of feel like you have to have a man, you have to have a woman. Um, my long time was some of the best time of my life. I mean, I embraced it. I enjoyed that part of it, like doing what I want, going to eat. Got to ask anybody where you want to go, what movie, go see what I want. If I want to, I mean, it was Gucci. But I believe that also I was built for connection. I was built for love, built for relationship. The joy that it brings, because I think it's one of the greatest things in the world to find someone who loves you like you love them and want what you want. I think that's one of the most beautiful things in the world, to not have to be a part of the world in that sense. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't believe that you agreed to this.
Yeah, just send me my check.
I will. Just don't cash it.
Right.
I'll
Anytime,
send it, but don't
anytime.
cash it. I'm gonna
I
bring
got
you
you.
back. I'm gonna go back and listen, and I'm gonna get a show out of this show and bring him back on. I don't know if I said this. I appreciate what you said about Marla.
Oh man, she know I
I
just tell the
appreciate
truth.
that.
You know,
It's one
a
thing
lot of
to
people can't
know,
take it.
but to get on here and say it to the world as
Right.
is, I appreciate you for acknowledging that she is a great woman, was then, and that it wasn't her, it was your ass.
Oh yeah. You know, I'll tell anybody it was
Yeah,
99.9% me.
yeah, yeah.
But you know,
So
you
thank you,
you live
because
and learn.
people, I mean, I don't know, just thank you, because sometimes we don't hear that, and I don't know. I think we do need to hear it, So thank you. Thanks to everyone who listened. Again, I don't know. I think we started off a little shaky there, so I don't know how much you guys got to hear. I'll go back and try to edit it if it did, and make that part right. But thank you. So we're gonna bring you back. All right.
Okay, no problem. No
All
problem.
right. All right. Thank you, everybody. We are ending. Have a great night.
All right, bye bye. See
Bye bye.
y'all.